gonna send you back.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want.
Sorry. It came back positive.
Well, who's the father?
Gypsy Rose Blanchard got out of prison in December of last year, but is she going back?
Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network, and we have something really bizarre going on. And so I'm hoping that you guys can see this up here. This is Gypsy's case net, and this, okay, so over here, if you click on these things over here, her actual case stops in 2015 now. It doesn't go all the way through to 2024. It no longer has the parole officer that just asked for it. It has none of her parole terms, none of those things. And this right here, if you go under charges, judgments, and whatever, sentencings, this is showing up. And I've never seen this before. Does anyone know what this means? Because I'm hearing it means charges are coming, but I don't know. Asking for a friend.
Gypsy was sent to prison for 10 years after coercing her boyfriend to unalive her mother.
It was too hard to find an odorless, tasteless poison.
Why didn't you care?
I didn't believe I could do it.
Could you explain what you mean by that?
I don't like blood. I don't like the sight of blood. Frankly, I'm too squeamish. I just honestly didn't believe I could do it on my own. I supplied the knife.
Where did you get the knife?
I stole it from Walmart.
Where did you get the gloves?
I supplied them.
Who paid for that trip?
I did.
Why did you pay for that trip?
Again, I didn't think he had enough money.
And how did you get money to him to come down on that trip?
I stole money from my mother, and I sent it to him via the mail.
How did Nick know when to do this one? The timelines that money.
I told him.
There are hundreds of people around the world who believe that Gypsy Rose Blanchard should have got more time in prison than she did. And after hearing what she just said to that policeman, I believe they were right. Now we're going to listen to a lady who thinks that Gypsy Rose may be going back to prison, and this lady is called Skippity Doodah, and she was formerly in prison with Gypsy.
So it's been brought to my attention that Gypsy Rose's case is off CaseNet. So I'm going to explain that a little bit. Typically when that happens, when a state case is going federal, they remove it off CaseNet. That is public records. They don't remove it because she's famous or she's a celebrity. They don't do that for that. So 9 times out of 10, it's because the case is going federal and they have to remove it. And I know that because I was just following a state case and the case went federal, and yeah. So Miss Guppy, what's happening? What's the news? She may have been charged with something new, or they're looking into her case. 9 times out of 10, she's in Louisiana, so I don't know if they'll ship her back to Missouri for federal holding or what that process looks like. But it seems you're in a little bit of a pickle. And it also could mean that the prosecutor is going after a different charge. That is said from a lawyer.
There is something called double jeopardy, and that means you cannot be tried for the same crime twice. But that doesn't mean that the police and the FBI cannot bring new charges. So therefore, she could still be going back to prison. And as we know, Gypsy is a master manipulator, and that is how she only got 10 years in prison and only served 8.5.
Do you guys remember a couple of weeks ago when we saw this on Missouri CaseNet? This right here. This was someone requesting her deposition from court. Her specific deposition was what was being requested. Now, why would that be? On 8/7, which was this month, a record request from Amanda Moore was entered. Now, when you look up Amanda Moore, she came up as someone that handles federal and local cases that lives in Louisiana. There's also another Amanda Moore that is with probation and parole in the state of Missouri. Now, I truly believe that this is not by coincidence. I think what people fail to realize is the longer Gypsy has been out here, is the more she has been acting crazy.
It has been alleged that people have been reporting parole violations to Gypsy's parole officer. So maybe that's one reason why she may be going back to prison. This TikToker has a friend who is an attorney and they did some digging.
Who is an attorney, look up this case on his database. And it's only available to people who work for the courts, for lawyers, prosecutors, whatever. It's a login that none of us have access to, and he said that the charges, the case is missing from Missouri CaseNet because there's an open investigation and it's federal. It's federal. And he texted me this morning, and he said, "Who is David Blanchard?" And I texted back, I said, he's of no relation apparently. He was a neighbor who claimed to have, crawled through the kitchen window with the crime scene photos. I sent him all the case files on this. I sent him everything, allegedly. And in these new pending, allegedly, in these new investigation charges, these new pending charges, allegedly, David Blanchard, his name is listed several times.
Gypsy announced that she is pregnant and her baby is due in January. There has been a bit of controversy as to who the father is. Is it her ex-husband, Ryan, or is it her new partner, Ken?
Hey everybody, today Elmo has a special guest. Elmo is going to be talking to a self-published author and a social media influencer with over 10 million followers on TikTok. Let's welcome our guest, Gypsy Rose.
Hi, Elmo. I'm such a huge fan.
Aw, Elmo loves you. So you have a new book coming out called My Time to Stand. What's it about?
Basically, it's a manifesto and a playbook on how I got away with
You guys sure Elmo should be doing this right now? Yeah. Oh, seriously? Okay. Go ahead, okay. So how did you get such a huge social media following?
Well, I got away with it and also have a great PR team. Basically, Elmo, my attorneys made me out to be a victim, and I've played the part well. Nobody knows my struggles. Nobody knows my struggle. Nobody knows my struggles.
Is Gypsy Rose Blanchard going back to prison? Is she going to have her baby in there? Well, that will remain to be seen. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ta for now.